Hello everyone, a very good evening. Today let's start our basic science classes. This is just a 5 to 10 minutes topic on important questions from your basic science. So today I've taken Erb's palsy and your Klumpke's paralysis. Okay. So the Erb's paralysis first. You for all the paralysis that they are asking, you have to write the site of injury, cause of injury, and nerve roots that is getting involved, deformity and disability. These are the 5 subheadings. So I'll write it here. The 5 subheadings: one is your site of injury, second one will be your cause of injury, third subheading will be your nerve roots that is getting involved, fourth one will be your deformity. Deformity is your position of the limb. Fifth one is your disability. Okay, so these are the 5 subheadings that need to be involved in the question. Okay, so first, in Erb's palsy, the site of injury is at the upper trunk of your brachial plexus. So site of injury is at the upper trunk of brachial plexus, that is at the Erb's point. So this is called as your Erb's point. So what is Erb's point? That can be also your next question. So the Erb's point is the joining, that is the nerve that is getting joined with C5 C6 nerve root trunk, then separation of the C5 C6 trunk into anterior division and posterior division. Next, then from there you have supraclavicular nerve and nerve to subclavius. This point is called as your Erb's point. If there is an injury at your Erb's point, the child can result in what is called as your Erb's paralysis. So the site of injury is at the upper trunk of your brachial plexus. You need to draw this diagram also. Fine. Yes. Next, cause of injury for this will be your, one is your birth injury, second is your fall on shoulder, third one is during anesthesia. So this is the cause of injury. What is the nerve trunk that is involved here? Nerve trunk involved is mainly your C5 nerve root and partly your C6 nerve root. Okay. Next will be your position of the limb. So Erb's palsy is also called as what? It is your policeman tip hand or as porter's tip hand. So or waiter's tip hand or waiter's tip posture. So the position of the hand will be, that is your arm will be internally rotated, that is medially rotated and adducted. So the arm will be adducted and internally rotated. Your forearm, this is your forearm, will be extended and pronated forearm, and your wrist will be a flexed one. Okay, so this is the deformity or called as your position of the limb, that is arm will be adducted with internal rotation and forearm will be extended with the pronation, and wrist, that wrist joint, it will be a flexed wrist. Okay. What is the disability? Disability meaning the following movements, the child can't make the following movements. So the following movements that the child can't make is at the arm, that is opposite of your deformity. At the arm, the child cannot do abduction and lateral rotation. At forearm, the child cannot do flexion and supination, and your jerk, that is your this thing, what is it called, biceps jerk and your supinator jerk will be lost. Your supinator and biceps jerk will be lost, and the sensation, coming to the sensation, it will be lost over small part of a lower part of your deltoid. It will be lost over your small area of lower part of deltoid. These are the main points that you have to write in your Erb's palsy or Erb's paralysis. Next is your Klumpke's paralysis. In Klumpke's paralysis, opposite of your Erb's, that is site of injury will be at the lower trunk. lower trunk of your brachial plexus. Cause of injury is fall from a height. When a child is when a man is falling from a height with the extended elbow, it can result in a clump case paralysis. So fall from height, or it can occur sometimes in birth injury. Sometimes in birth injury, yes. Nerve roots that is getting involved here are mainly your T1 and partly your C8 will get involved. The muscles that is getting paralyzed here are intrinsic muscles of hand, and your ulnar flexus of wrist and fingers. Ulnar flexus of your wrist and fingers are getting paralyzed here, right? Yes. What will be the position of the hand here, or what will be the deformity? Since your intrinsic muscles of the hand and ulnar flexus of wrist and your fingers are getting paralyzed, the child will be having a claw hand. So what is this claw hand meaning? The child will have a this extension at metacarpophalangeal joint and flexion at your interphalangeal joint. Why this is occurring? It is because of the unopposed action of long flexors and extensors of the finger. So this deformity occurs due to unopposed action of long flexors and extension of the fingers, or extensor of the extensors of the fingers. Okay, so the child will result in what is called as hyperextension at metacarpophalangeal joint and flexion at the interphalangeal joint. And where will be the sensation get lost? The sensation will be lost in the ulnar border of forearm and hand. So sensation will be lost in the ulnar border of your forearm and hand. This is a very small video. I have made only Erb's palsy and Klumpke's palsy. To next video I will make for stool examination in a pediatric child. That is like they have asked in parasitology, stool examination is a separate question for you. That is also an important question. So I'll make video in that. Thank you so much for listening. Kindly like, share and subscribe our YouTube channel and share it with your friends. Let's all learn for